Hello, I'm Tim Krul. Welcome to Norwich City Central.
Hello everybody, Lewis, Norwich City Central. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all awake after that game. Chelsea 1, Norwich City 0. Firstly, I'd love to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section for that game. It would be really interesting to get your take from it. Norwich City a lot better defensively, coming up against Chelsea, who I think were third in the Premier League, going for the Champions League spots. It was a big game for them. And look, Norwich City defended well. We restricted them to, not having too many chances. But Norwich City going forward, I don't think we even had a shot on target. I'm not even sure we had a shot. It was one of the kind of worst displays going forward. I mean, there was a few positives to take, as I said. Our defensive behaviour was good. Defending, we were fine. But going forward, we offered absolutely nothing. And I don't think I've ever seen a Norwich City team that poor in the Premier League in terms of going forward. We offered absolutely nothing. But look, there's positives to take. A 1-0 loss to Chelsea, there's no harm in that. There's no embarrassment in that. So, I thought defensively we were good. In terms of the game, in the first, it was a game in which Chelsea had a lot of the possession, and Chelsea didn't even need to get out of first gear for the entire game. It was quite a poor performance by Chelsea, actually. I think a lot of their passing was sideways. They have very good players in the middle, like Jorginho and Kovacic, and players like Pulisic and Willian can change a game, but they never really had to get going. But that was good enough to beat Norwich. Pulisic hit the post and hit the crossbar in the 30th minute. A nice turn and shrivel from him. Olivier Giroud had a good couple of chances. Didn't quite click for him though until the 47th minute of the game. But for the goal, it was so poor. In Norwich City, as I said, defensively they were great. Our shape was really good, and look, our best performances have probably been. Our best performance since lockdown has been against Manchester United, without a doubt. And in that game, Norwich City's defending was absolutely great. We kept a good shape. And today our shape was good, but the goal we conceded was so poor. Todd Cantwell not getting tight enough to Christian Pulisic. The ball comes in and it's a basic clearance. Just before half-time, it's a basic clearance. Tim Closer's goal side of his man. And to just let Giroud get across him so easily. Tim Closer almost falls backwards. It is schoolboy defending. It is so poor from Tim. And Giroud makes it 1-0. And it's a really interesting debate on Tim Closer, because look at our four centre-backs: Ben Godfrey, Tim Closer, Crystal Zimmerman and Grant Hanley. On their day, they're all really good enough. They're definitely good enough in the Championship. But you can't help but feel, with the amount of goals we've conceded in the Premier League and even in the Championship last season, refreshing some of the centre-backs could be a good option. I look at spending a few million on the likes of Shane Duffy or even Kieran Clark, who's out of favour at Newcastle. That kind of experience can make a big difference. For me, Tim Closer's best days are probably behind him in a Norwich City shirt. We go down 1-0 and our defending in the second half was good. Kenny McLean was pressing well. We had a really good shape, but at the expense of that, we offered absolutely nothing, which is really disappointing to see, because at least in the last 10 minutes of the game, you want to see Norwich go to it. You want to see that Norwich try and get a corner or at least go for the game. And the fact that we didn't was really poor. Tim Krul, Norwich City's best player without a doubt, made a good save to deny Christian Pulisic. I think he made another good save to deny Marcus Alonso with a header from close range. Really good performance by Tim Krul. But yeah, I'm struggling to kind of come to terms with how I'd rank that Norwich City performance in terms of all of our games this season, because look, it's one of the few games where we haven't embarrassed ourselves in front of the entire nation. We've come up against a really good Chelsea team and we've only lost 1-0. But offering absolutely nothing going forward is really worrying, because you could consider a few years ago, one of the best, one of my, maybe not best away days, but a really away day I really enjoyed was Chelsea away a few seasons ago, where Norwich City had quite a boring mid-table finish. I think we finished 14th. But in that FA Cup game against Chelsea, we created a lot of chances and eventually we scored a 94th minute equaliser through Jamal Lewis. And that was in a mid-table Championship season where we weren't great. Today in the Premier League, we offered absolutely nothing going forward, which is a bit of a worry. You just kind of want to see the season end now and rebuild for next season. But as I said, only 2 open day goals since New Year's Day, and Norwich City have only scored 7 away goals all season. I think the joint lowest is 8, so Norwich City could be getting an unwanted record there. And when you consider Farke's attacking style of play he set out at the start of the season, that is a real worry. And as I said, going into next season, just from my observation so far, I can't see Norwich City scoring 90 plus goals in the Championship. So yeah, there are some worries, there are some concerns, but it's important to rebuild for next season. But positive display, particularly defensively against Chelsea. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. Please subscribe to Norwich City Central if you're new, and roll on Burnley. I'll see you later.